good use of this. Gotta bring the drone down to grab its data. Maybe if I jump onto it? Taking you with me. Going down. Okay, gotta grab the drone's data. I think someone's in trouble nearby. Puzzle's not gonna hurt that thing much. The machines are gone. You can come up.
Living ancestor. Tsunore! The living ancestor is here!
To know the soldier warned me about them. Whatever they're doing, it can't be good.
Hey?
Looking for me?
An intruder!
Spotted.
Intruder!
Fight me!
Find whoever's giving the orders around here. I can figure out what they're up to.
You okay?
fortified an entire section of the camp.
No! Scum!
Keep her contained!
Hold movement! Lining up a shot! Death won't come swiftly for you!
I don't think these guys are friendly.
You won't get away with that! She's there!
Osram? What are they doing here?
Outlander is good. You have to stay sharp.
Watch it! Back there!
I'll take her down. Hey!
If I hit those weak points, it should bring the bridge down.
I'll take her out! I see her!
Oh, that got their attention.
Keep firing! We can drive her out! Are you gonna run again?
You! On me! There! Ah!
You alright?
I'm in. Let's see what these rebels are up to.
Finish that! Nuka!
should take a look in there. What else I'm doing working with Tenakth rebels. Command center. Looks like they have some kind of forge.
To all sons of Prometheus engineers and operatives, I've been hearing some belly aching, whining about the Tenakth, the work, the conditions, the occasional limb loss to a machine when someone gets
I'm
careless.
still not cooling off.
I get it. It's been a long road. We've suffered. We'll continue to suffer. But we're close. This alliance will get us what we want, I promise. The Karja will pay for the Red Raids in blood. And so will all of their collaborators in the Vanguard and back in the Claim. So shut up, get back to work, and always remember, a reckoning is on the way.
It sounds like the Sons of Prometheus want blood. And the Karja are the target. The Vanguard, too. Let's see what else these guys have been up to. Rebels have been busy, making weapons and armor. Map. It marks supply lines to different outposts. So this is where the rebels make their weapons and armor. And they send it out to their troops. I should destroy as many munitions as possible. That should hurt the rebels' operations. Out these weapons and armor. Probably rebels all over the West. That'll hurt their operations if I get rid of them. So the Sons of Prometheus are coming after the Karja and the Vanguard. I need to find out more about their operations and stop them. The Vanguard is Aaron's unit.
I see you, Nora!
I should talk to him about this.
Oh!
strong smell. That should be all of them. Plus the rebels will have to resupply elsewhere. This will break my fall. Fire can help here.
Let her have it! Quick!
Go for the backup!
Ready for anything now. this green shine for later?
Aloy, the words stopped coming from the spike. What happened?
This is what was speaking to your rig. It's old world equipment used for communicating over long distances. The message must have shut off when I took it, but I heard the note the voice was talking about.
What was it?
During an ancient war, a woman was trying to deliver supplies to a man she knew. She wanted him to know that their past disagreements didn't matter in the big picture. That she'd be thinking of him when the end came.
Oh. I guess she and I are kin, of a sort. I wish I could give my brother a message like that. Tell him that I forgave him. He would have wanted that. I know. This man, the old one, did he ever hear the message?
I don't think so.
I guess that's often the way of it then. But still, with the power of that device you found, the sender had hope that he might have heard it. What a feat! To send messages near and far. Can I keep this? It's a treasure.
Of course.
Thank you. Sometimes people don't ever get to hear what they should. But with this thing, maybe I can get them talking to one another. From Mainspring, all the way to who knows where.
Hey, I found a few more things in the supply cache. Might be able to make something out of them. Can I use your workbench?
Sure, yeah, right over there. Anytime, Aloy. It's all yours.
I think I know just what to do with these parts. That turned out well. Can't wait to try it.
That's unkind.
We all lament Kalae's death, but
That's Kalai's. You found it.
Bree. Kalae didn't fall. She was murdered.
What?
I went up to the promontory. I found Kalai and the body of the woman who killed her.
That's impossible. The search party already checked up there. There was nothing.
The bodies were in a separate clearing. Away from where the search party checked. A stalker had mauled her while she was trying to hide Kalai's body.
Who was she?
I was hoping you would know. I brought back her seed pouch.
It belongs to Lina. Kel's apprentice. I don't understand. Why would she do this?
Maybe we should ask Kel.
But she... You, there. Where is Kel?
I saw her leave out the east gate about an hour ago.
She's going home. Summerwind.
She's running away? She needs to stand trial.
I can catch her. Where is this place?
Look for a ruined settlement at our southern border. It's her childhood home. We will get the guards and try to catch up with you.
No running, children.
Is it glide in?
I missed you at bow practice.
May the wind carry you. Word for somebody who owes you a favor?
Hey, Lord. I hear you've been making quite the impression on the clan lands. Saving the Desert Clan from itself, forcing the Commander Tekote out of hiding, defending the Grove from Regala.
I didn't do it alone.
The humble words of a true warrior.
Is something wrong?
No. Yes. There's this song I want to play, one of my own making, but it's hopeless. I'm just never going to get the sound right.
What makes you say that?
Back in the Clanlands, the Sky Clan built instruments that cast sound to sky and across the mountains. They use long-leg throats to make them bellow with the sound of metal. It's how they communicate between villages. Combining that sound with the Utarus would create a melody unlike anyone's ever heard before. But I won't be hunting for any longlegs anytime soon.
For now, you should try the Metal Weaver again. They might have some new piece you can use.
Right.
This song means a lot to him, doesn't it?
It does, which is why I'm getting him that machine part. It'll be a surprise. The Utaru say that's the best way to receive a gift.
Is there a long leg around here?
As it happens, one has been troubling some villages southwest of here. You be doing me and Plainsong a favor by getting rid of it. Interested?
Maybe. Tell me more about the...
It's a particularly nasty one. Tainted, like the lands around here. It protects a group of machines that overran a small... Its call is easy enough to track, but if it spots us, it'll call reinforcements faster than you can draw your bow. Take it out with the rest of those. Plainsong has one less problem to deal with, and Korre gets to play his victory for all.
I didn't think the Tenakth cared much about...
When I first moved here, I remember someday, but I came to embrace the life I found here, and I...
He's lucky to have you. If I make my way down...
I appreciate that.
Children, you can't afford to go on your own.
You look hungry, Outlander. I can get you a meal if you can...
Summerwind. But where is Kel? There's Kel. What's she holding?
So now everyone knows. It was only a matter of time once you went up that cliff.
You stood right next to the man whose wife you had murdered and told him to move on.
I never wanted any of this to happen.
Then why?
Kalei sowed the seeds of discord. She wanted the Utaru to leave Plainsong, abandon our home. If that thought caught on, it would have been more destructive than any sickness or machine.
So you had her killed?
There is a natural order to all things. Growth, decay, death. It's the way of the world. A tree cannot pick up its roots, so I stopped what was threatening us. And I'm sorry it came to it. But it's over now.
I'm gonna make sure you pay for all the suffering you've caused.
Too late.
You think you stopped Kalai's beliefs from spreading? But when people hear what you did, they'll cast aside the old ways even more.
No.
And you won't be around to do anything about it.
No! She needed to stand trial! Kalai deserves justice.
Kel thought that silencing Kalai would silence her beliefs. Prove her wrong. That will give Kalai justice.
It isn't much, but I want you to have this. As thanks. I won't have to spend the rest of my days wondering what happened to Kalai.
Blighted are the leaves. 3 of our people, dead. And for what? I admit it. I never wanted you among us. But now, it seems I must thank you for revealing the rot that had taken hold here.
I'm sorry it had to happen this way.
At least with the rot removed, new growth can thrive.
Data to override that machine might be another cardinal. There's a Cyclops drone longer in this area. I need to grab its data. Just getting started. Gotta bring the down to grab its data. Maybe if I jump on Frost ammo won't hurt it much. Better get down. This isn't a place for a machine.
May regardless campaign come to us.
where the Zenith Lab is. Kotallo thinks he can find what he needs to build himself a new arm in there. I should try contacting him. Let him know I'm here. I should probably let Kotallo know I'm back at the Zenith Lab. We still have to recover what he needs to build that new arm of it. Hey, Kotallo? I'm at the Zenith Lab. Ready to come over?
I'm on my way. Aloy, I appreciate you meeting me here.
I'm happy to help. Did Gaia mention where exactly in the Zenith Lab we'd find what you need?
She mentioned the chamber where you found Beta, and the database that lies within. She said it'll help us find the knowledge and components I require to build a new arm.
At least we know where to look. We will have to be quick about it, in case the Zeniths are watching.
Understood.
The lab's up this way. You okay?
I got this.
Machines. They're scrapping the Spectres for parts.
Should we dispose of them?
Or we can sneak past them.
Your choice.
The snow's coming down ahead.
Battle it is.
Yes, at first as
Finish it!
Entrance to the lab is by that tunnel. Come on.
The enemy did this?
Hard to believe, but yeah. Wings holding up?
Enemies up ahead.
Doesn't look like the plasma will do much damage. We better get a move on. The room we found Beta in is up ahead.
Lead the way.
here. Now we just need to find a way to access the database Guy was talking about.
Varl mentioned you found Beta in one of those pods. I would hate to be locked up inside such a thing. There's barely room to breathe.
I think I found what we're looking for.
Let's hope it holds the answers we seek.
I'll download the database to your Focus, so you can search through it later.
What about the components?
They should be somewhere on the... Spectres!
Fight with honor! An outback and a one-armed man. And we're still too much for you. Burning itself away!
Acid's corroding its armor.
I am weapon mode for battle! I'm not letting anyone go!
The Zeniths might send reinforcements. We need to finish up and get out of here. The components should be somewhere on the second floor.
I'm right behind you.
We need to search the entire floor.
I'll keep a lookout. Don't want any more surprises.
Good idea. Please tell me the component... A vent. Might be a way out of this room. The components have to be here somewhere. Gotcha. I should go back and give these to Kotallo.
You found the components?
See for yourself.
You have my thanks, Aloy.
Something wrong?
I was just thinking about what it will be like after I build the arm. Will I feel different? Whole again? Idle thoughts. They can wait until we're back at base.
You go on ahead. I might want to take one more look around, in case there's anything useful.
Very well. I look forward to putting what we found to good use. Walk with the 10.
There's Shale. I should give her the seed pouches I recovered from the old...
Aloy, Lao has come back to us thanks to you. Is it safe to send out another hunting party?
It's never going to be completely safe out there. But the Clawstrider is dead. Here. The seed pouches.
I'll see that these are returned to their families for planting and remembrance. I'm sure Lao and Van would like to thank you in person. You can find them at the Grove. It's been an honor, Aloy. May the land be kind to you.
It is a brighter day with you among us, Huntress.
Like it. What's next? Wizards from the moon?
Welcome back.
Okay. Data module's in.
Excellent choice. Aloy. I know your experience in Thebes was unsettling, but we have a new problem.
Did something go wrong with Beta and the rig? Will we be able to transport you to Gemini?
The rig is complete. The problem is Hephaestus itself. It has accelerated its proliferation throughout the Cauldron network, increasing its power.
But with your sub-functions restored, we can still succeed, right?
Correct. But the net effect is that absorbing Hephaestus will take longer than previously calculated.
How long?
Even with Omega clearance, my current estimate is that the merge will take 35 hours.
And each hour increases the risk of detection by the Zeniths. Two cores. Two overrides. What if the merge were carried out by two clones of Elizabeth Sobek, both armed with Omega clearance? How long then? Half the time?
Hephaestus would be unprepared for the simultaneous labor of two operators, in addition to obvious synergetic efficiencies. Calculating. It would reduce the merge time to approximately 4.5 hours.
Okay. Varl, it looks like we're gonna need Beta at Gemini. Do you think you can convince her?
I don't know, but I'll try.
What about our diversion? Are the pulse generators ready?
Only a final test remains. I am confident that, if fired in proximity to other cauldrons, The pulses will mask our activities at Gemini from the zeniths.
Good. As long as Aaron can operate one without shooting himself in the face.
Aloy, you better get down here. Beta's in bad shape.
Okay.
Aloy. I tried, but it's impossible. I don't think anything will convince her to go.
We don't have a choice.
Good luck.
Beta, you have to come with us. It's the only way. It's one mission. The most important one. We need you. Tell me why you won't go. What if they take me back? Alone, in a cell again. A slave. Forever. Laurel and I will be at Gemini too. I'll protect you. As soon as we get Hephaestus, we'll come straight back here. The Zeniths aren't going to find us. You don't have to be afraid. No! You can't protect me. Nothing can protect me from them. I told you from the beginning, we'll never beat them. It's hopeless. Beta. Leave me alone! You don't understand! You're right. I don't understand. We have the same genes, the same mind, the same heart. So why can't you find the strength to do what has to be done? Like Elizabeth would. Don't you think I've thought about that? I don't know what piece of Elizabeth I'm missing. I don't know what you have that I don't. I look through all the data from your focus. You were raised as an outcast, shunned, and isolated just like me, so what's the difference? What's my defect? Beta, you don't have a defect. Beta, look, it's not a piece of Elizabeth. The difference is, I had him. Rost. He raised you, trained you, but he was never warm or loving. The day he died, the day he gave you that charm, he was going to abandon you. He wanted me to embrace the tribe. But then he gave his life for mine. He loved me in his own way. And that was enough. What did it feel like? It was like having the strength that was always there. It's still there. Even now I hear him in my head when things get bad. When it looks impossible, look deeper. And then fight like you can win. You don't have to go on the mission. We'll find another way. I'll go. You said you'd try to protect me. I believe you. But you have to promise me one thing. Yes, of course. If it goes bad, if the Zeniths find us, I don't want to be their slave again. Do you understand? Okay. Promise? I promise. I could use as much time as you can give me to study up on the merge, to make it as efficient as possible. I'll be ready when you are. I swear.
Aloy, whenever you're ready, come speak to me and I'll ask the others to make final preparations for the mission.
If you keep frowning that hard, you'll get wrinkles.
I just don't get this last...
Hey, I thought I'd check in before leaving for Gemini.
Are you sure we shouldn't... Whatever went on between you and Beta sounded... Not that I'm judging. Forge knows all the screws flew loose every time Mercer and I fought.
I think we'll be fine.
I'm glad to hear it.
I was hoping you could help me with something. It's about the Tenakth rebels, and it also has to do with the Oseram.
Really? It doesn't...
I discovered an Oseram militant group. They call themselves the Sons of Prometheus. It looks like they're the ones overriding machines for the Tenakth rebels.
I thought that was something only you could do.
They're familiar with ancient tech, and they're as anti-Karja as it gets.
So, last year we stopped Dervahl and his cronies from blowing up Meridian in retribution for the Red Raids. And now you're telling me we have another group of Oseram trying to wipe out the Karja with an army of machines and bloodthirsty Tenakth?
Pretty much.
Oh, well, that's just great!
Is there any way you can help me find anything to track them down? And
Yeah, I can send out some messages, get in touch with my contacts in the claim, see what I can...
I'd appreciate that. You look tired.
Ha! You never want to hold back. I've just been making sure that I got everything that would want to be the usual screw-up.
You'll do fine. After we get Hephaestus, we'll be taking the fight to the Zeniths.
It wasn't that bad. Besides, going through all that data, the soldiers, the ones that fought the Pharaoh machines so Gaia could be built, they were fighting a battle that couldn't be won. Not with all the weapons in the world. I think most of them realized that, whether anyone said it or not. They still did it, though. They bought time for all the eggheads working to save our future. As long as I can do that for you...
Thank you, Erend.
Okay, enough.
Have you spoken with Alva?
Yeah, when she's not reading the archives like a giddy kid drinking her first ale. She took to that new focus quick, that's for sure. I gotta say, I'm a little jealous. But I can see why you two hit it off.
Anybody take you up on that ale you brought yet?
Zoe can't stand the smell of it. I tried Alva, but I don't think she knows what taking a break means. And I'm not putting Varl anywhere near that stuff after that victory party in Meridian.
What about Kotallo?
Ah, now there's a man that can hold his liquor. Pretty sure we downed half a keg. We had a good chat, I think.
I should go.
Same here. I got a date with...
Aloy, it sounded like you guys had a...
We just had a...
Does this mean she's coming with us to
It does. I hope you're ready to rein in the most stubborn AI of all time.
That's what all this was for, was...
Hephaestus won't go down quietly.
Hephaestus is just a program that's lost its way. I can always call upon the goddess if you're nervous.
Funny. Any last findings you want to share before?
Not really. Though I've reached a decision.
Oh?
When we put Gaia together, I want to return to the Nora. Spread what I've learned.
You think they'll listen to you?
In time...
If anyone can make it happen. Once Gaia is back up and running, I expect you to put all your training to good use.
The seeds have been planted. What? I thought that was pretty good. Zoe liked it.
I'm glad you and Zoe found each other.
Don't forget, You're to blame for that.
What will you and Zoe do if you go back to the Umbrella?
I hope she'll come with me. And I'll go with her to Plainsong too. She'll probably want to talk to her people about all this as well. We'll figure it out.
I know you will. I hope firing off those pulse generators will be enough to distract.
It'll work. It has to.
Always optimistic, huh?
Nah, just stubborn. It's a good quality to have when dealing with you.
Yeah, right. How does everyone seem to you?
Anxious. But I heard Kotallo ask for Alva's help with his pulse generator. And I know he's been helping her with a few fighting techniques. Just in...
I hope they aren't needed.
Like I said.
You were right, you know. About keeping Rost's memories buried. I guess part of me thought he was holding me back. Because he wanted me to be a Nora. But the truth is, he gave me a lot. And I took him for granted.
He was a good man.
I'm glad you're
sure there's no urge to run off alone?
No more running.
Aloy, there are more supplies in the chest.
Hey, we'll be going after
I've already got the location of my assigned cauldron.
Good.
I heard you and Beta had a...
News travels.
It wasn't exactly a quiet...
There were just things that needed...
A healthy crop to those who clear the weeds between them.
About the land god.
3 of them wandered off from Plains. Doe ventured into a danger. I was hoping you could go to... I sent their locations to...
Okay, got it. You look like you have something on your...
We're going to war soon, and war is something I promised myself, but... The more of your... every voice I hear, it makes me realize just how much life was given so that ours could flourish. Fighting for that gift, if we fail...
Helps to know you're not alone.
For a moment there, you sounded like Varl.
I don't know what you're talking... Read anything interesting?
I found out the old ones use leaf infusions like the Utaru do. Tea, they call it. Apparently it helped soothe them. That and some sort of scented wax they use to cleanse their aura. Plus something called bubble baths. Me, I think I'll stick to.
I assume you've been looking into Demeter now that Gaia's merged?
Yes. To know that the seeds I carry in this pouch came in turn from the seeds saved for Demeter, it gives me hope that the cycle of life will prevail now, just as...
Have you met our new Quen guest yet?
I could barely keep up as she gave herself a tour of the base. Varl gave her a new though when he told her she was free to access all the data we have here. She turned so pale I thought she'd faint on the spot. We showed her to the archive room so she could see for herself. She hasn't left the place since.
That sounds like Alva. How are things with everyone?
Slightly quieter. Aaron's been busy scouring data on his newest obsession. Apparently the old ones wrestled machines as some kind of performance. Called it metal versus meat. A must-see battle between steel... You'd think we have enough of that going around.
I should go.
As soon as you intend to leave...
You'll hear about it. Looks like Gaia was able to unlock that door.
Aloy.
Had a bit of an issue with Beta.
Ah.
Really?
I once knew a warrior who discovered he had a brother late. It was deeply uncomfortable.
Did he ever get...
In time. But not before the 2 siblings nearly killed each other in a scene.
Ah. Were you able to finish the new arm Gaia was helping?
Indeed. I was...
You wanted to talk about...
Indeed. It's time to test it.
Okay.
Not how. Where. Will you meet me where we felled Regalla's tremor tusk? Right where the river bends?
Sure, if you want.
You'll see when we get there.
Then I'll let you know.
You have my thanks.
How are your studies going?
I wanted to learn more about the world of the...
And?
I looked up this pharaoh Gaia said you went looking for, and learned about the plague of machines he unleashed. To think that the ancient world was wiped out by... There is no glory or honor in such a fate.
That about sums it up. Think you're ready to put all your training to the test?
I am to Noct.
Have you spoken?
The Quen is peculiar. Her mind is sharp, but it's hard to imagine her surviving.
Trust me,
I will take your word.
You nervous about the mission?
If I live, it will be in victory. If I die, it will be in battle. What matters most is that you achieve your objective.
I'll do my best. I should go get...
I await your...
Like I said, I'll call...
May the 10...
There's a lot of equipment in here. Gaia, what was all this for?
This room was designed for management of the facility's vast seed banks. From here, Control Center operatives would have monitored new crop rotations into the automated farmlands, now known as Plainsong.
I see.
I just think she talks a lot. You would too. You knew everything there is to know.
Aloy!
Right to work, I see.
There's just so much. I mean, we knew of artificial beings that served the ancestors, but Gaia? Oh, she's amazing! And you, a true reincarnation of an ancestor. Genetically speaking, of course, not like the, late CO. And there's more ancestors out there. Returned from beyond the stars. Of course, they're trying to kill us, which is not great. And Eric Visser is with them, which is disturbing. And then there's Hephaestus, and...
Okay. How about we take it one step at a time?
You're right. I also owe you an explanation for everything that happened at Landfall. Oh, and if you have a moment, there's something I could use your help with.
I see you've been using your new focus.
It's been fascinating. So much better than the version the Quen have. What would have taken me years to sort through, like the database you helped me recover, with this, I've been able to establish search parameters to speed up the process. This could revolutionize how diviners analyze the legacy. That is, whatever part of it the Overseers would actually let us study.
wanted data, you'll find lots of it here.
A diviner has never had this sort of unsupervised access to archives such as this. And knowing you, I suspect there is much that would normally be forbidden held within them. But I was sent here to help you. I would be remiss to ignore any truth laid before me. Maybe it'll help the Quen find their way.
Any more data catch your eye?
All of it? I'm particularly interested in the Odyssey. We knew the ancestors had made it to the moon. In fact, we theorized some of them had settled on it. But Sirius is way far, and we thought journeying across the ocean would be the sheer calculations needed for space travel. It's over.
Even so, the Quen are way ahead of other tribes when it comes to understanding this stuff. Where I grew up, everyone thought that stars were sparks that rose from a fire lit by the goddess to guide us through. You mentioned Eric Visser?
The Zenith who tried to kill you? He is known to the Quen as the Protector, combing through data related to his work, related to weapons and knowledge our rulers use to conquer and expand. That's why he's one of our but based on your, it appears he's even more yet another distorted
Well, at least you're piecing together.
If only the Overseers
Beta mentioned other Zeniths. Tilda, Verbena, and Gerard.
I'm afraid I don't know. Whatever legacy they left behind,
Must be strange to think that some of the ancestors your tribe reveres are and here on Earth.
Yeah, it is. Part of me is curious to know who else maybe Nikita Arand? We call her the Spark. The legacy tells us she brought unlimited energy to the Sung Jiao, whom we call the Healer. It is said she found new ways to extend, but my curiosity fades when our view of Visser was, compared to the reality. Perhaps it is better.
I imagine you don't know anyone here that well yet.
It's funny because not that you are the same person. I mean, you are, as in you're both genetically Elizabeth Sobek, but even so.
We grew up very differently.
Yes.
I hope everyone's been...
Oh, yeah, of course. And they share the knowledge they learn on their focus. It's refreshing. Back home, diviners can only share data with the permission from the Overseers.
Sounds restrictive.
Yeah, you are not.
Have you spoken with...
A little bit. I did hear her singing with Varl not too long ago. Seemed so... like every emotion she had. And she looked happy. I felt...
You should ask So to teach you sometime.
Maybe.
If you need anything,
you have nothing. Gaia's explained your plan in detail. I've even received some very, succinct combat advice. You know?
What kind of it?
He, told me to run.
For now. We'll even the odds. You said you owed me an explanation for what...
Right. He was an Imperial, the Emperor. As such, he sponsored many diviners to search the legacy for anything that might end himself. He took a special interest in anything whom we consider the greatest of...
Ted Faro, revered ancestor.
I know better now. Anyway, the diviners discovered that Pharaoh spent a great deal of time. In fact, many of the most important ancestors did. So the Emperor's nephew convinced him that an expedition across the ocean might solve our if only we could find the right data, perhaps we could roll back the floods and storms. The Emperor declared that all the tribe's resources be poured into this endeavor. Dozens of ships were, scouting missions were, and the Emperor's nephew was named one who wields the legacy for the good, the living embodiment of Ted Faro. It may seem strange now, but for a time, we really believed he would. We had no idea just how perilous the journey would.
You said the expedition across the sea was more what happened?
We lost most of our ships and scores of soldiers perished to hunger, and that was before we even hit the coast. Once we landed, machines, and we struggled to replenish our... There were bright spots, to be sure. But nothing improved the CEO's mood as his dreams of saving the tribe. He became more and more obsessed with Thebes and more convinced that the title of CEO was... You heard him. spouting nonsense about Pharaoh's essence, and we knew these weren't the words of a sane, but he was quick to put any who spoke out in front of a...
What a great guy.
The Quen are wrong about many things when it comes to the legacy, but what the CO became was a complete principle diviners stand for. The pursuit of truth. I'm sorry you had to endure his madness.
So, Bohai, your overseer.
He won't execute people on a whim, if that... But he's hardly a paragon of integrity. I can't tell you how many times he took credit for data in the legacy that I uncovered. The best thing I can say about him is that he can be trusted to always do what's best for him.
Yep, sounds about... The ancestors is...
Yes and no. Those whose legacy taught us warfare, leadership, and patronage of the science and arts.
The CO called Elizabeth Sobek an assistant. What's that about?
Right. Well, any old one who has made minor one of the ancestors is called an assistant. That's how we thought of Sobek. Until our limited access to data past the late 2040s has obviously misinformed our view.
Back at the greenhouse, you spoke...
Diviners are meant to seek out the truth, and many Imperials sponsor them in the hopes they'll find the Empire can put to use. But the Board of Overseers claims certain truths are detrimental to the stability, like discovering one of our revered ancestors ended the world. That is why Diviners are only allowed to access segments of the legacy. Only Overseers can... It ensures that any heretical data can be contained...
What happens to Diviners who...
I never had the...
You mentioned the reason you came here.
Her name is Alika. Our parents are commoners. When I passed the divination exams, it brought honor to our family, and only Alika begged me not to leave for the...
Why?
Alika knew that once you enter, you're not allowed to leave or see, not even your family. Unless you can get special permission and an...
It sounds harsh.
Like the focuses we keep, Diviners are fearful that outsiders will try to... Last time I was allowed to see my family was just before our voyage here. Because of my position, I was able to get them refuge from the floods. But if our crops don't recover soon, they'll starve to death.
I promise I'll do my best. You mentioned there was something you needed help.
Yes. So I found references to an old world system. It's called Leviathan. My people, a sprawling network of river gates and a labyrinth. The legacy revealed that the old ones used it to confide. We've never gotten it to work, but the data from the greenhouse mentions the research. It's in San Francisco.
Another Pharaoh facility?
No. Leviathan was a project by Eileen Sasaki, another ancestor. So, if we can acquire that data, every year my sister gets terrified with Leviathan.
Okay.
That's the thing. But one of our diviners has been exploring the ruins. Would you come with me? You're much better at fighting machines.
Of course.
Thank you.
I should go.
Of course. Before you do, it sounded like there was an...
Not anymore.
To understand one another.
And, like I said, I'll let you know when I'm in landfall.
I appreciate it.
There's a lot of stuff in here now. Olvas, Errands, and Katalos, I'm guessing. Plugging in that power cell downstairs must have turned on these holograms.
The old ones fed off livestock with little too much
First the frost breath, then the snow.